In the bustling world of the first century, an era marked by the rise of the Roman Empire and the spread of Hellenistic culture, a man named Bartholomew emerged from the shadows of history. This epoch was not just significant in terms of the unfolding political saga. It was a time that bore witness to momentous cultural, religious, and philosophical transformations. The surge of the Roman Empire, with all its might, its political machineries, and military prowess, cast a dominant shadow over the known world. The first century, with its distinctive characteristics, was an age where the old was continuously clashing with the new, where traditional beliefs and ideologies were being challenged by the rise of innovative philosophies. It was a time when the philosophical inheritance from ancient predecessors was being fiercely questioned, critically examined, and revolutionized to accommodate the changing worldviews. The spread of Hellenistic culture was another poignant feature of this era. The blend of Greek and Oriental elements created a unique cultural fabric that stretched across the entire Mediterranean and Near East. The infusion of these art forms, philosophies, religions, and sciences shaped the intellectual landscape of the time. Amidst this tumultuous world, a man named Bartholomew quietly made his entrance. Little is known about his early life, his childhood, or his family, but his impact on the burgeoning faith of Christianity during this turbulent era was profound and far reaching. His name may have been swallowed by the gaping mouths of history, shrouded in the mysteries of time, but his influence was indelible. Bartholomew, the obscure figure, was about to etch his name in the annals of faith forever. The first century was a time of upheaval where old systems crumbled under the weight of change and new ones were waiting to take shape. It was a fertile ground for the birth of new faiths, where people were yearning for fulfillment and enlightenment. Among the myriad beliefs that sprouted during this era, Christianity was one that managed to take root. Christianity, a faith that started as a small movement, would not only survive these turbulent times, but thrive. It would go on to shape the religious, cultural, and political landscape of the entire world for centuries to come. And Bartholomew, this unassuming figure, played an integral part in this saga. His tireless effort and his unwavering faith in his commitment to the message of peace and love that Christianity stood for helped the religion navigate through the tumultuous waters of the first century. Thanks in part to the efforts of Bartholomew, Christianity would not only survive these turbulent times but thrive. Bartholomew, also known as Nathaniel, was a character of intrigue and devotion, an individual of deep spiritual convictions. Bartholomew was an ordinary man born in the humble town of Canaan, located in the northern part of Galilee. This was a simple place known for its vineyards and olive groves, where the people led quiet and unassuming lives. Bartholomew was no different. He led a life of simplicity. His day-to-day existence was surrounded by the ordinary. He was deeply rooted in his faith, a pivotal aspect of his identity that informed his actions and his worldview. His was a heart committed to the teachings of the Torah, longing for the promised Messiah, the one who would deliver his people. It was in this life of humble faithfulness that Bartholomew had an encounter that would irrevocably shape his destiny. His path intersected with that of Philip, another man of Galilee. Philip was a follower of Jesus of Nazareth, a carpenter's son who was stirring up a religious revolution with his teachings. Philip, moved by the transformative power of Jesus' words and deeds, felt compelled to share this revelation with his fellow man. Philip approached Bartholomew with an audaciously profound assertion. We have found the one Moses wrote about in the law and about whom the prophets also wrote, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph. This proclamation shook the very foundation of Bartholomew's faith. It challenged every belief he held, every prophecy he had studied, and every hope he had nurtured for the arrival of the Messiah. Understandably, Bartholomew was skeptical. After all, how could this man, the son of a carpenter from Nazareth, fulfill the grand promises written in the sacred text? But it was this very skepticism, this willingness to question and wrestle with his beliefs, that led Bartholomew on a journey of transformation. He chose to meet Jesus to see for himself whether Philip's assertions were true. His encounter with Jesus was nothing short of miraculous. The mere presence of Jesus stirred something within Bartholomew. His words resonated with the truth that Bartholomew could not deny. His skepticism melted away, replaced with a belief so profound it altered the course of his life. The man who was once merely Bartholomew of Canaan was now Bartholomew the believer. His new-found faith was not quiet or subdued. Instead, it was vibrant and active, a testament to the power of the truth he had discovered. And it was this dedication to the truth, this willingness to be candid about his doubts and his transformation, that led Jesus to declare him a true Israelite in whom there is nothing false. This was not a dismissal of Bartholomew's previous skepticism, but a recognition of Bartholomew's honest pursuit of truth. Embracing his newfound conviction, Bartholomew dedicated himself to spreading the teachings of Jesus was no longer his own. It was intertwined with that of Jesus, the man who had transformed his doubts into belief. He joined the select group of 12 men known as the Apostles, who were chosen by Jesus to carry on his work. Bartholomew became an integral part of this group. His life is now centered around the mission of spreading the good news of Jesus Christ. From that day forward, Bartholomew became a devoted follower of Jesus, joining the ranks of the 12 apostles. As an apostle, Bartholomew's contributions were manifold. He was a witness to the miracles of Jesus, from the feeding of the 5,000 to the resurrection. He was a participant in the Last Supper, a momentous event that would become a cornerstone of Christian worship. But Bartholomew's journey didn't end with the ascension of Jesus. He took up the mantle of spreading the word of Christ, journeying far and wide. Historical accounts suggest he ventured as far as India and Armenia, spreading the teachings of Jesus. In Armenia, he is credited with establishing the Armenian Apostolic Church, one of the oldest Christian communities in the world. Bartholomew's devotion to his faith, however, came at a great cost. His zealous preaching led to his martyrdom. He was flayed alive and beheaded, a brutal end for a man of peace. Yet even in death, Bartholomew's story did not end. Bartholomew's legacy in Christianity is significant. As one of the 12 apostles, he is a foundational figure in the faith. His story of transformation from a skeptic to a believer offers hope and inspiration to many. His willingness to question, to doubt, and then to believe is a journey that resonates with many who wrestle with their faith. His evangelistic travels have left a lasting impact on Christianity, particularly in Armenia, where he is revered as a patron saint. His martyrdom, while tragic, underscores the cost of discipleship, a theme that runs deep in Christian teachings. The figure of Bartholomew the Apostle The missionary and the martyr stands as a testament to the power of faith, the spirit of evangelism, and the cost of discipleship. His life, his journey, and his legacy continue to inspire and challenge Christians around the world, reminding them of the transformative power of an encounter with Jesus. In a world that was in flux, Bartholomew found his purpose. He found a faith that was worth living for and ultimately worth dying for. His story, etched in the annals of Christianity, serves as a beacon illuminating the path for those who seek to follow in the footsteps of Jesus. And so, Bartholomew's story continues to echo through the ages, a timeless testament to faith and devotion.